Alright, hi guys, my name is Stelios Kakula, student number 160053, and I'm going to pitch my game, The Adventures of Blocky the Mechanic. Why is it not working? Okay, there we go. Okay, so the concept. The player plays as a 2D pixel block character in a 2D world. There will be some element of verticality in the game. In each level, the backgrounds of the levels will change. The pace of the game is slow, but not too fast. The theme of the game will be a rural outdoors with little to no buildings in each level. The game will feature a jump mechanic as well. There will be an up and down movement in the game. The game will have enemies in the form of cockroaches. The way to kill the cockroaches will be either jump on top of them or to hit them with your wrench. So in other words, the player will move through the level collecting the different car parts, with the enemies continuously moving towards the player to try to stop them from achieving his goal. So an illustration of how the player will go about when playing the game. So in the first block we have the main menu with the start options and instructions. In the instructions there will be the rules of the game and the buttons which operate the game. Your options tab will be the ones which adjust game volumes and sound effect volumes. And then when the player clicks to start the game, it will be shown the narrative of the game, and when he clicks on the next, he will be given the backstory of the character, to which then he can start and play the game. The two blocks after that is just pictures of the in-game, and once the character goes to the finish, he will be given the three options of to go to the next level, the previous level, or go back to the menu, and the last block is the character in a different level. Okay, so these are the different characters that the players can choose from before starting the game. That is how the main menu will look, and I will have my character, it will be a loop of him running from the platform on the left, jumping over the hole and landing on the platform on the right. And these are essentially how I want the game to look. The blob there is just an illustration of the cockroach, the black blob there with his health bar. And then, okay, so why is the player doing what he's doing? When the character was young, his father was a mechanic. He always looked up to his father, as he wanted to become a mechanic when he grew older to follow in his father's footsteps. The father grew older and couldn't work anymore, so his son, which is the character, takes over from his father. The character is tasked to work on the car that his father was working on. Along the way, an unfortunate incident happened. The car got stolen. So the car was still not in shape to be driven just yet. So while the thief was on his way, the car started falling apart bit by bit, with car parts breaking from the car and just lying everywhere. So now the character has to go find them. So the objective of the game is to find the missing car parts scattered around the various levels for the character to rebuild the broken car while avoiding the obstacles and cockroaches on his way. So the controls, it's for a mobile game, so there will be it will be arrows and an attack button. So in the left hand corner, the bottom left hand corner, there will be a left and right arrow for which the player can move left and right with, and in the bottom right hand corner there will be an up arrow and an attack button, so the player can jump and hit the enemies if needed. And then some general game information. There will be a jump mechanic in the game for the player to get on top of the various platforms. For the obstacles, the player can jump over the holes in the ground or jump over the stack of boxes that will be placed randomly in the levels. There'll be a life count in the top left hand corner of the screen so the players can see how many lives they have remaining in the round. The lives will decrease each time the players get hit by the enemy. If the player reaches the finish line before collecting all the car parts in the level, they will not progress to the next level and will have to go back and collect the remaining parts to proceed. The way the player can hit the enemies is by hitting them with a wrench, similar to the way Minecraft does it, in which the player will swing his one arm to hit the enemies. And the options menu, as I mentioned before, will allow the player to adjust the sound effects of the volume in the game. And that is that. Thank you.